No, we're not anti-white. But we don't have time for the white man. The white man is on top already. The white man is the boss already. The white man has economic security already. He has first-class citizenship already. So you're wasting your time talking to the white man. We are working on our people. First things first, we look upon the so-called Negro in America as a sick man. When a man, you may say, well, what do I mean sick? If a man has forgotten his name, he's a sick man. They call that amnesia. And if you go to the so-called Negro here in America and ask him his name, he doesn't know it. If a Chinese person came through that door and I asked him his name and he said his name was Patrick Murphy, you'd know he forgot his own name and has picked up an alias somewhere. So, if a yellow man looks ridiculous wearing an Irish name, which is a white man's name, how much more absurd does a black man look wearing a white man's name? So we who follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when we see so-called Negroes named Murphy and O'Toole and Johnson and Smith and Powell and Wright and Wilkins, which are all English and Irish names, we think that they look just as much out of place as a group of Chinese would look wearing those same names. And they wear these names because they don't know their own names. They have lost their identity, their own identity. So this is amnesia. And by not knowing themselves, when a man doesn't know himself, he doesn't know what belongs to him. He could be the richest man on this earth, but by having lost his identity, he'll walk around like a pauper. So here we have 20 million black people in America who are wearing the names of their former slave master, as we've been taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And by suffering a form of amnesia, they don't have a name of their own, so they've taken your name. They don't know their own language, so they've taken your language. They don't have a history of their own, so they let you tell them what their history is. And that, in essence, is that you found them in the jungle someplace with a spear chasing white people in a cannibalistic way to try and give the impression that white meat is the only good meat to eat. So we who follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad classify this as an amnesia or a form of mental sickness. And he teaches us also that the black people of America are sick spiritually. Whenever you have, if you go into China and find a Chinese who has adopted Christianity, because he still has a Chinese heart and a Chinese brain and Chinese concepts, whatever he sees through Chinese eyes. So though he accepts Christianity, if you ask the Chinaman to paint a picture of Jesus, he'll come out looking Oriental like a Chinaman. Same way with an Eskimo. Put an Eskimo in the same position, and he will depict his Lord or Savior like an Eskimo. Because by nature, a person is forced to see that which he admires in his own eyes, or vice versa. Now then, you come here to the American white man and ask him for his conception of Jesus or his God, and he will always depict him as a white man, just like himself. But you go to the Negro in America and ask him for his conception of Jesus, and he'll show you a Jesus with a blonde hair and a blue eyes and white skin. Everyone can see their Savior through their own eyesight except the so-called Negro. Everyone has their own God except the so-called Negro. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that this is a form of mental sickness or spiritual sickness.